The game behind the cultural images. With disdainful thanks to the cynical old folks I encountered while growing up in Syracuse, New York. The game behind the cultural images. It's meant to keep the scam going. As Al Pacino's character, Michael Corleone, in Godfather 2 said to the senator, "We are all part of the same hypocrisy." The shame of it is that the chumps barely know the depths or believe it's just a game, and the game is just ripping them off of their hard-earned money. But not enough to disturb the ignorance that is hurting and killing them short and long term. I was told by a shrewd and jaded guy when I was younger about the deal, but I didn't comprehend the extensive insidiousness of it beyond the locals with whom I was familiar. With less than a wink and a nod, the scam was to do a daily nickel and dime con until there was access to the level where people would no longer question or effectively challenge you. The nickel and dimes at that level was where the big bucks were exchanged, making the street thugs, thieves, and robbers the amateurs to what could be done in boardrooms and under the auspices of legal authority. Take, but don't be greedy, so to keep the appearance of a Horatio Alger who pulled himself up by his bootstraps. Those people who would compromise themselves with their own greed, ignorance, and naivete made it easy for the compromising or the unethical sharp deal that took advantage of their gullibility and naivete. It was all because of an unwarranted ego and the envy of seeking to have that version of their pursuit of happiness. That was the easy part of playing the game. The hard part was keeping the deluded and the gullible into believing in that which was really a cognitive dissonance and making the argument for its credibility or for the apologetics for that. It's not being so greedy that you draw attention from the wannabes. It's a greedy by one that blows the scam wide open for all of us. The outrage would be so blatant that it brought attention to all of the action, keeping the chumps content enough to keep them preoccupied with their fetishes and indulgences. In the meantime, you harvest the profits from their social or cultural fetishes and indulgences. Once the game is blown, someone's going to take the fall, and there's no sympathy for being compromised, because they're going to be compensated for taking the rap for the crew. In the end, no one is bigger than the scam or the game. To be a player, you gotta believe that people are asking for their troubles, and you have no qualms of taking advantage of them.